A lawsuit filed against Sean Diddy Combs by former girlfriend R&B singer Cassie accuses the rap mogul of sex trafficking, the R word, and years of controlling behavior, even allegedly blowing up a car of a romantic rival. Hey guys, it's Lady T. Welcome back to my channel. Have a seat and let's get into it. Before we get into this hot topic, if you like videos on news, celebrity gossip, trending topics, and much more, please subscribe to the channel, hit that notification bell so you know when I upload videos like this. Now let's talk about Diddy, Cassie, and this lawsuit. The 35-page lawsuit filed on Thursday in the U.S. Southern District of New York accuses Sean Diddy Love Combs of physical abuse towards Cassie, whose real name is Casandra Ventura. It alleges Diddy sexually assaulted Cassie in her home after she tried to dump him, forced her to engage in sex acts with male prostitutes while Diddy filmed in what is known as freakouts, and demanded she carry his firearm in her purse just to make her feel uncomfortable and demonstrate how dangerous he is, the lawsuit said. Sean Diddy Combs, a hip-hop icon and the founder of Bad Boys Record, have been accused of sexual assault and abuse in a major lawsuit filed by singer Cassie that alleges that he used his powerful network to keep her trapped in a violent relationship with him. Cassie dated Diddy for more than a decade. She alleges that over the course of their relationship, Diddy assaulted her multiple times, visually beating her, sexual assaulting her, and control every aspect of her life. She faced a cycle of abuse, violence, and sex trafficking until their relationship ended in 2018. That's according to the lawsuit. She said in a statement to Times that after years in silence and darkness, she was finally ready to tell her story and to speak up on the behalf of myself and for the benefit of other women who face violence and abuse in their relationship. A representative for Diddy denied the claims, writing that the allegation was offensive and outrageous and came after Cassie demanded $30 million from the mogul. Ms. Ventura have now resorted to filing a lawsuit riddled with baseless and outrageous lies, aiming to tarnish Mr. Combs' reputation and seeking a payday, the statement reads. A lawyer for Cassie said that she was offered 8 figures to silence her and prevent the filing of the lawsuit, which she rejected. The shocking lawsuit paints a dark picture of their relationship in which Diddy gained control of her personal and professional life and subject her to years of savage beatings, forced sexual encounters, and the constant threats of violence. Diddy, a 3-time Grammy winner, runs a business empire that includes everything from alcohol to music, and has been a major hip-hop figure since founding Bad Boy Records in 1993, debuting and working closely with artists like Notorious B.I.G., Mary J. Blige, and Lil' Kim. Diddy began aggressively pursuing Cassie, who was signed with Bad Boy Records at the age of 19 and quickly catapulted to fame. The lawsuit states, inviting himself to a gathering for her 21st birthday where he forcibly kissed her and immediately inserted his power and influence. Due to Diddy's status as the founder of Bad Boy Records, the lawsuit alleges Cassie felt that she could not refuse his advantages or offers of drugs without jeopardizing her career. He lured her into a ostentatious, fast-paced, and drug-fueled lifestyle, according to the lawsuit. After they began dating, Diddy took Cassie on lavish vacations, paid for apartments for her in New York and Los Angeles, and gave her designer clothing and supplied her with drugs, a lifestyle the lawsuit says was designed to keep her complacent and compliant. He became controlling and abusive, according to the lawsuit, often punching, kicking, and stumping her. He allegedly forced her to hold his guns in her purse on 2 occasions. The now 54-year-old was allegedly pawned to uncontrollable rage and forced Cassie to regularly engage in sex acts with male sex workers that he photographed and filmed. She was given drugs before and during, allowing her to disassociate during these horrific encounters, according to the suit. Cassie was a victim of sex trafficking as she was required to engage in forced sexual acts in multiple cities, the lawsuit states. In 2015, Diddy beat Cassie so severely that when his security guard and assistant saw her, 2 black eyes, a burst and a bruised lip, and a huge welt on her forehead, they began to cry, according to the lawsuit. She was routinely made to hide in hotels while her bruises healed, Cassie alleges. Diddy used his companies to further control her life, the lawsuit states. And though his loyal network witnessed his assaults, they were unwilling to do anything meaningful to stop Mr. Combs' behavior. Her volatile and abusive partner, who also owned the label and therefore held her future success in his hand, had fully exerted control over every aspect of her life, the lawsuit states. He used the threat of further violence as well as his network to keep Cassie in the relationship anytime she tried to leave, according to the lawsuit. After she began a brief relationship with Kid Cudi in 2012, Diddy allegedly blew up the rapper's car. Kid Cudi confirmed Cassie's account to the New York Times, saying this is all true. Cassie accuses Diddy of physical violence, leaving her bruises throughout her body. After a party with Jay-Z, Diddy allegedly repeated kick and punched Cassie in the back of a Cadillac Escalade and forced her out of the vehicle into the middle of Fifth Avenue, causing her to haul down a cab on her own. She said that she didn't report the incident and others to the authorities because she feared Combs was too powerful and will wreck her career. Combs would give her an excessive amount of gifts as an apology and to convince her to come back to him, the lawsuit said. In 2016, the Bad Boy Management president, James Cruz, told Cassie that her single will not be released unless she answered phone calls, the lawsuit states. By 2018, Cassie was desperate to end their relationship. After a dinner where she believed they was going to discuss the issue, Diddy forced himself into her home and sexually assaulted her, according to the lawsuit. Shortly after she left the home, which he had paid for, returned the car he had brought her, and separated herself completely. Because of his alleged abuse, Cassie resorted to drugs and alcohol to cope. When sober, she suffered from horrific nightmares that since the birth of her 2 children, she had been able to point her life in the right directions. The harm and trauma that she have experienced have required intensive medical and psychological care. Ms. Ventura therefore seek justice for the decade of her life that Mr. Combs took away from her, with threats of violence, excessive use of drugs, physical and psychological abuse, and sexual slavery, the lawsuit states. In a statement, Cassie described the lawsuit as a chance to tell her story. With the expiration of New York Adult Survivors Act fast approaching, it became clear that this was an opportunity to speak up about the trauma I have experienced and that I will be recovering from the rest of my life, she said. Diddy wasn't arrested or charged with the alleged acts outlined in this news story. The lawsuit seeks damages for lost wages as well. Is Diddy finally going to face karma for his alleged predatory behavior over the years? This is a very brave move for Cassie. I believe her. We all heard the alleged rumor about Diddy being an abuser, a predator, a sexual deviant, not to mention all the allegations of him having something to do with Kim Porter's sudden death. Do y'all remember when Justin got arrested for that DUI and his mom, Amisha, was about to air out some major tea? I mean, it was only a matter of time before someone felt the courage and bravery to come forward. And I'm so glad that Cassie was the one to do this here. I mean, good on her for being the one to do so. I'm going to say this again. I am so glad that she finally coming out about this before the expiration of the New York's Adult Survivor Act. I'm sorry that she experienced this. We know that he have abusive tendencies, so none of this is surprising. I hope that she's safe, that her husband and family will be able to wrap their arms around her, because this is going to get really ugly. It's going to get ugly in the news, social media, in the courts. So I'm glad, I'm proud of her, but I'm also worried about her safety. Now, I've been saying this for years, but Diddy ain't nothing but the devil, in my opinion. It's something about that man that's just not right. I mean, this was very long overdue. I can't wait to see what stunt he pulls next to try to get people to forget about this. People have been glossing over his demonic ways for decades. But I really think it's time that his time is up. His time is up. It is time for the surviving Diddy. You know, you can't slap an NDA on everybody. Okay? But tell me this, guys. What the hell does a 40-something-year-old season a 19-year-old? She was young and lightly impressionable when he started preying on her, because he definitely preyed on her. He seen an opportunity. A lot of older men like dating younger women so they can control and mold them. What she said about Diddy threatening Kid Cudi and his car suspiciously exploded, it really made me think of the time when Kim Porter was dating Jackie Long. Y'all remember Jackie Long? He played Esquire in ATL, and Diddy had sent him death threats to stay away from her. And Jackie did confirm those, okay? He definitely confirmed everything that happened. Also, remember Shakira Stewart, the former Def Jam executive who Diddy beat up to a pulp for dating Kim? And then he committed the S word. He unalived himself a few years later. I can only imagine what Kim Porter adored. The same abuse party just amplified. Do y'all remember that rumor he broke her nose? Allegedly. I mean, Diddy is a psycho. And karma, she's awaiting. Cassie was a victim to Hollywood. She came in so young. The entertainment industry is such a wicked place. I know that non-famous poor men hurt and abuse women all the time, but God knows what these rich, powerful men in the industry get away with. I am so proud of Cassie for coming forward and sharing her story. I hope it encouraged this and other victims to feel free and a power to do the same. I'm glad Cassie is exposing him. May this be the beginning of the end. Praying for her safety and security, and also discomfort for her and her family. Hopefully she gets the justice she wants and more people come forward. Alright guys, I want to hear your thoughts on this story, so let's continue the conversation in the comment section. And as always, make sure to like the video, subscribe to the channel, hit the notification bell so you never miss an upload. And thanks for watching.